Good morning, good morning. How you doing today? I hope all is well with you all. And most of all, my name is Cynthia Mullick, as some of you know, and everything. Um, we're going to focus on love, relationships, things like that, through the zodiac and everything. This is dealing with love today. Love, what's going on with our relationships. And it doesn't have to be love relationships like partnerships. It could be love dealing with family. It could be love dealing with our children, abundance and joy and love and things like that. So we're going to focus on that and everything else. Now, also, too, um, I'm going to be, well, trying to make a video every day, every other day, every day, if I'm not, just to get myself out there more and everything else. So I'm going to try to do this like every other day, every day, and so you can see my face more, so I can be out there more and everything else. So you can comment, subscribe, like on my YouTube page and everything. But I just want to say good morning to you, and wherever you are. It's in Louisiana. It's 8:20 right now, 8:20 a.m. right now, and everything. Um, I've been up since 6 a.m. I had a reading to do and everything. So let's focus. Let's see what the spirits have to say today. Spirits, tell me what's going on with each sign. Bless them with knowledge and your wisdom. And most of all, I want to thank God. I want to thank the spirits, and I want to thank the universe for helping me help others. So, in Jesus' name, I pray, amen. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, the first card for Aries in love, faith. Having faith in yourself, having faith that you can achieve different things in your life. Even dealing with relationships. If you feel, Aries, that you don't want a relationship right now and everything, or you want to separate from a relationship right now because you're feeling suffocated, please communicate before you break it off. If you feel that it's overwhelming, it's too dramatic, and it's draining you and everything, communicate again. If they can't resolve what they if you can't resolve it and they don't want to change or anything, you need to walk away. Okay? Now also too, some of you Aries are getting engaged in getting into marriage and everything. But make sure you're really ready for it. You're really ready for that marriage. You feel that some of you Aries are in relationships that are very turbulent. So you don't want to go to the next step when the relationship now is turbulent and everything. And what I mean by that is like, you know, someone's trying to control you, or someone's trying not to push you ahead and things like that. Okay? The next one for Aries is being patient. Being patient about love. Being patient about different things. Don't rush into anything. Take your time. Do it right. It sounds like a song. But the thing is that you need to focus on are you sure you want to get married? Are you sure you want to be engaged? Are you sure you really want to be in a relationship, Aries? So you need to focus on that. Okay. Next thing, some of you Aries just wants freedom in love. You know, freedom. Freedom to do whatever you want, as long as it doesn't hurt anybody. You want freedom from a relationship. Some of you, Aries are ending things. But the thing is, you need to know what you want. Don't do that yo-yo effect like, okay, I'm going to leave for a couple of weeks to do what I want, and then I'm going to come back. It's not fair to the other one to move on. All right? So you need to make sure if you want to be in a relationship or not. You can't have your cake and eat it too. All right? Now, last card, protection. Some of you Aries are going through a lot of battles, a lot of abuse, mentally, physically, emotionally, and you feeling trapped and everything else. But the thing is, if you move on, you be very protected, very protected. And also, too, some of you need protection. So please, if you're in an abusive situation, you need to leave or you need to say something. Okay? Now, dealing with all these cards and putting them all together, faith, gentleness, patience, freedom, protection. The thing is, some of you Aries have been in long, long relationships. If he hasn't married you now, he's not going to marry you because he's comfortable. Okay? Or you are comfortable with it. Now, you got patience here. You need to work on your patience. It's like, don't suffocate the partner. This could be female or male. Don't suffocate the partner. They know you love them and everything else, but sometimes they need a break. Do their own thing. Excuse me. To do their own thing and everything else. I thought a shower would wake me up. But the thing is that you got freedom here. Some of you are staying into relationships, and it's not about love, it's just convenient. You built so much through marriage and through everything that you're holding on, and you're suffering through that emotional, physical, mental abuse and everything. No matter what, you're protected. You can move on. You can start over. And I know it's hard, but why be miserable? Okay? Why be miserable? So Aries in December, going into January, got a lot of thinking to do. Because the thing is, some of you Aries are going to be ending them. Some of you Aries are getting into relationships, but you're feeling suffocated. So communicate in what you want. Put those cards on the table and say, hey, this is what I like and this is what I don't like. You need to work together, not against each other. And that's what you want to do. That's what you want to do. Okay? Next one is Taurus. Healing. Some of you Tauruses are healing from relationships, past relationships. Okay? But the thing is that it's time for celebration. It's time to just move on and do the things you need to do. But some of you are saying, how can I move on if I love this person so much? The thing is, when they broke off with you, when they broke off with you and found someone else or separated from you for some sort of reason, they didn't think about you. They thought about themselves. And yeah, you go through the pain. You go through these trials and tribulations and everything else. But the thing is that you need to understand, you need to think about yourself and instead of staying at home and listening to these males or females and everything. Give me time, I'll be coming back and everything. So they can have that excuse to go with another person, see how it feels, and then come back to you. Relationships don't work when you have that yo-yo effect. It's never the same. You can come back together after someone cheated on you. If a person cheated on you and you come back into the relationship and everything, it's never going to be the same because you got that doubt in your mind. Where is he now? And that's when you're, or she now. It will kick into overdrive thinking that they're cheating on you. It'll bring that insecurity. So the thing is, yeah, if you want to work it out, fine. But it's never going to be 100%. Because when people get into arguments, they bring up the past. They don't let it go. Right? The third card is about gratitude. Gratitude is about appreciation. We need to focus on different things in our lives. We need to have that gratitude of achieving or appreciation in what we do or what people do for us. A lot of yous in relationships, especially Taurus, that we're working on now, is not appreciating. It's not. Certain people don't appreciate you for what you do. They don't show gratitude. You can seem like you're having that happy-go-lucky life, but really you're hurting inside. You need to know what you want. You need to know what is positive and what is negative. Okay? It's time to move on, Taurus. It's time to center yourself. Balance yourself out. Take the negative out and keep the positive. Balance yourself out in love and relationships. Be more playful, you know? Be more playful in your relationships. Don't be so serious. It dulls the moment. It dulls the relationship. So some of you Tauruses are very dull. Some of you Tauruses are not celebrating different things in your life, which you can improve in so many ways. Okay? Next one is Gemini. Gemini, union. All right, dealing with relationships. This could be an old flame coming back, or this can be a union of a new relationship brewing. But if you have one existing, the thing is, the union is coming together, focusing on the future, but most of all, communicating what you feel. And you notice in all those cards, in all those, the Aries, Taurus, going into Gemini, is all about communication. Going from December to January, it's all about speaking your mind. Okay? in all of you, because some of you are going to go through a relationship change. It could be a new partner. It could be a separation, divorce. Okay, but most of all, it could be something of change dealing with status. So the thing is that no matter what, this change is going to be for the best, not for the negative. Okay? But some of you guys in relationships don't listen to each other. Geminis have a hard time listening. Geminis are very, very moody. Okay? Very, very moody. Sometimes you Geminis need to listen to your partners. You know, you can't control everything or compromise. Work on your weaknesses in your relationship, Gemini. Because if you don't, it's going to fall apart. Follow your intuition. Some of you think your husbands or wives or partners are being dishonest about something. Go with your intuition. Don't second guess it. You know, and if it's getting to you, ask them. You know, because the thing is that you know when to believe them or not, because it's in your gut. It's in your gut. Alrighty then. Now we did Aries, we did Taurus, we did Gemini. Now we're going to do Cancer. All right, guardian angel of love, wanting love for you, because some of you Cancers have been praying for a good person to come into your life, or your guardian angel's trying to tell you the person you got into your life, you're not showing no appreciation. It's not all about you, Cancer. Okay? The next one is use your wisdom. Use that wisdom. Because from some of your partners, some of you are not showing appreciation to your partners that push you through your dreams, your destinies. The wisdom card talks about learning something new. Learning something new about your partner. Okay? Appreciating what he does or she does. Okay? And the thing is, it doesn't matter if you have same-sex relationships. It doesn't matter if you're in a relationship dealing with the man's older than you or the woman's older than you. It doesn't matter, because the cards don't discriminate, and I don't either. But the wisdom card is all about support from your partner. If you're not getting that emotional, physical, and mental support, then why are you in the relationship? Don't tell me I love them. But if they're not giving you no emotional support and no support of any kind when you work together, the thing is that they shouldn't even be there. If you're supporting them 100% and they're just sitting in your house doing nothing, the thing is that It's almost like having a whole bow relationship. And I know some of yous haven't heard that term, but the thing is, whole bow relationships is when a man or a woman comes into your life and they form a relationship with you because they have nowhere to go. They have nowhere to go. They're homeless and everything. And they take advantage of that opportunity. And they feel that their payment is having sexual relations. So please, please don't get into a relationship like that. Cancer, even your ancestors want you to be happy in love. They want you to achieve in so many ways. They want you to achieve. God's given you so much grace dealing with relationships and everything. Some of you take advantage of your relationship. Some of you abuse the relationship. The thing is, it's not fair to that partner that really cares about you. Some of you just settled. Just settled. It's not about love. It's just about convenience. How are you supposed to show love and appreciate love and everything else when you don't know what love is? You just use your partners. Some of you cancers do that. Like all these cards, I'm talking about love and relationships and how things are handled and everything else. And all these cards talk about working together, communicating, and meeting in the middle. No one should be in control of each other. No one. Okay. Leo is next. Leo. Okay. Some of you Leos need balance in your relationship. Some of you are in a relationship. It's not about love. It's obsession. It's not about love. It's control. You know. And the thing is that when you're in a controlled relationship, you're gonna want that freedom. You're gonna want to break away. So some of you Leos want to break away. You know, your your heart hurts the way they treat you and everything. But you don't have the heart to walk away. You need to walk away because it's damaging you. Awakening. Some of you in your relationships are taking the snake skins off your eyes and seeing what the truth is. You know, some of you broke off with your relationships and felt free with getting things done and everything, and then you took them back and everything falls apart again. It only takes one person to destroy your life. One person, especially when you're in relationships and intimacy. Okay? I'm not condemning relationships, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong at all. You know, my relationships have been very long. When, my last marriage was 10 years. My other marriage was 4 years. The relationship I'm in now is 9 years. Um, The only two, I left 3 relationships because there was no support. There was no, I'm talking about emotional support. There was no intimacy really. Um, there was no maturity. It wasn't growing. It was staying where it is. My shortest relationships were, one was 4 months. My first, my second marriage was 4 months because it was mental abuse, verbal abuse, and mental abuse, verbal abuse, uh, physical abuse, um, and I left that. But I was in a relationship that I never got married for 15 years. And it was physical, emotional, mental abuse all the way. And I tried to get ahead. I got no support. It was, my first relationship out of my life. First relationship, you know. So the thing is that with that 4 month, not the 4 month, but the 15 years relationship, it was controlled. It was controlled in everything else. And the thing is that we never got ahead. We never got ahead in everything. Yeah, we worked hard and everything. We worked hard in everything else. But we never got ahead, but he wanted to stay stay home. He was a mama's boy. And the thing is that when when EJ was born, he never gave me no support. He never drove me to the doctors. He never did none of that. I had to walk and go see my child and everything. But he took the credit for everything that EJ done. EJ is my oldest son. And the thing is, he has achieved so much. The way he thinks, the way he does, and everything. The ones who raised him, the ones who raised him, and everything else, I give the credit to. Not the one that tried to take the credit and didn't do nothing for them or for him. So the thing is that with the awakening, it's like you need to open up those eyes and see what's going on in your relationship. If you can't fix it, no one of you or your partner don't want to change it. Okay? So use cancers need to follow your dreams and your goals dealing with the relationship. Like both of you, if you plan together, building a home, buying land and building a home, that's a blessing. But if you're not working together to succeed in life and you're just settling, the thing is you're never going to get anywhere. Some of you in your relationship are starting to get hope about things, building your families, achieving what you need to do. But some of you are not working together. I'm too tired. I can't do this and everything else. There's no such thing as can't. And there's no such thing as making excuses for the partner. If that partner doesn't work with you, I understand some partners are disabled and everything else, but it's the little things they can do. It's the little things. You're out there working and they're getting a disability check, or they're disabled and they can't work. They can get up and cook you dinner when you come home. They can fold the clothes. You know, they can sit down and fold clothes. They can wash and dry. If they could go to the store and get a drink or get something to eat or buy a pack of cigarettes, then they can bring the kids to school and give you 2 hours of sleep before you go to work or whatever. It's the little things that you do in a relationship that makes a structure and a foundation. But if you're making excuses for your partner, or your partner's not doing nothing for you, it's like, for instance, when I was married to Warren's dad, I worked all day. I worked 10 hours. And he wasn't working at all. And the thing is that he could have cleaned the house. You know, he wasn't even watching my son. I told him to watch my son. Know what he would do is put him in a room and let him do whatever he wants and whatever, and say that he was watching. One day I came home, he's sleeping on the couch. My child's in the bedroom doing artwork all over the walls. The dishes are piled up for all the stuff that he ate and everything. There was no consideration whatsoever. You know, I've been through it. I can testify to it and everything. You know, I had men abuse me, tear me down, cheat on me, um, and everything else. And this is talking about men, all right? And the thing is, you have to understand, from going to male to female, because some of yous were in male relationships and went to a woman that has that male um tendencies and everything else. And that's what I did. I was married 3 times, and I had one relationship of 15 years. I'm 53 years old, and I had 5 relationships out of my whole life. 5 relationships. Okay? The thing is that I'm in a same-sex relationship now. And it's more platonic than anything else. But we work together. We work together. We don't work against each other. We focus on what needs to be done. We raised 3 beautiful children. Okay? And EJ is productive. Brittany is a mother of 3 beautiful children, married and everything. Desiree, she's still going to school. She's 17. She's still with us, you know. But developing, even though Desiree has her disabilities and everything else, and she's not on disability. she's learning, she's achieving, she's doing different things. And me putting her in homeschool and everything else, she's growing and achieving. So the thing is, no matter what type of relationship you are in, make sure you have the structure, the foundation, and that support. And it doesn't mean financially support. Because if you work together financially, that person's not supporting you. But if you have a man that supports the family and takes care of the family, you work together in other ways. Because sometimes men or women think if they bring home the bacon and their partner's at home, they think they can control everything. But the thing is, you need to focus on what that person does at home if they're showing you that support. If they're taking care of the kids the right way, if they're cleaning the house, if they're making dinner, and you come home and everything else, and you don't have to worry about anything. You know, if he's there paying the bills or she's there paying the bills, you don't have to pay the bills. You can just come home, relax, and eat and whatever, and enjoy that time together if you work together, if you work with each other. Okay, your intentions, your last card, your intentions is like making your boundaries in your relationship. If you're in a relationship that the male or the female keeps on cheating on you and everything, you need to make your boundaries and move on. Because some of you give second chances, third chances, fourth chance. You don't understand. The thing is, I do understand. The thing is that every time he cheats on you or she cheats on you, you're going to bed with that other person. They don't care. They're not showing respect to you. Some of you cancers need to open up your eyes. In Leos. And every Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancers, Leos. And now we're going into Virgo. You need to realize when I say other zodiac signs and everything, the thing is, it goes to all of you. You know, you need to decide what you want. And if you keep on complaining about your relationship and everything else, then you shouldn't be in it. You're making these excuses. You know, some of you women and men have good partners, but you do not appreciate. You know, the thing is that some of you's partners and everything, if you're not reciprocating the love that you give your partner, then someone else deserves you and appreciates you. All right, Virgo. Virgo, you need to heal from all the hurts that you've been through, all the relationships you've been through, even if it's just one relationship that really, really hurt you. That person didn't know what love was. until they met you. But they kept on doing what they're doing, and it was hurting you. So you need to heal. Finding your sanctuary, finding your peace in your relationship. If you can't find that peace in that relationship and you're not feeling happy, then something's wrong. You need to communicate first and tell your partner this and stop being afraid. Because some of you think if you communicate with your partner that they will leave and everything else. And then you're going to be saying, Miss Cynthia, you don't understand. He takes everything, or she takes everything to heart. Well, if she can't communicate with you, or he can't communicate with you, they're just there to use you. The second one is divine timing. You've been praying for a new partner. Some of you Virgo. Praying for a new partner, a new love. That divine timing comes in. You have that partner, but he's not of your choosing what you're used to. But maybe he can show you something different. Maybe he has a little bit of room for improvement. And if you're judging him by his looks and everything, that's not right. Because if you judge by the looks, you'll never know the qualities that he can give to you. He could be a good lover. He could be, a respectful person. He could, be a man's man that cooks and cleans and does all kinds of things. And then work to boot. Because half of these men and women don't want to work. They want someone, they want a sugar daddy. They want a sugar mama. They don't take relationships seriously. And there's a lot of them. The next one is faith. If you don't got faith in your partner, if you don't got trust in your partner, then you shouldn't be with them. Point blank blunt. But Miss Cynthia, you don't understand. Like I said, I understand. Because if you're so worried about your partner cheating on you, doing you wrong and other things and everything else, the thing is you're occupied on that individual and you're not occupied on your life. Okay? You need to follow your dreams. You're not letting your soul grow. You're not letting you achieve different things in your life. You're so worried about, Tom, Dick, and Harry doing you wrong. Or, you know, Jane, Karen, or Michelle doing you wrong, that you're not focused on your life. Okay? Now, we're going into Libra. Libra. Some of you are going through life alone. Someone, you have lost a loved one or a partner. When you love, the thing is that celebrate their life, don't grieve. Do the things that you talked about. But dealing with any type of relationship, the thing is right now is just focus on you. Focus on that healing that you need. Make your intentions be known. When you get into a relationship, put it out on the table. It's like a deck of cards. Taking each card and putting it out on the table and say, this is my pet peeve. This is what I love, and so on and so on. So they can get to know you. If they can't respect that, then you shouldn't even be in a relationship with them. Follow your gut, follow your intuition, dealing with dating, being safe. Because some of yous are out there on these apps and everything else and turning around and going on these date sites and everything, meeting these people. You don't know if they're a killer or not, or a psychopath. So the thing is, be careful. Don't be desperate. My mom, she used to go on dating apps a long time ago, and she would go in cars with these people and everything, and it worried me to death. She was stubborn and everything. And the thing is, the good Lord was protecting her and everything in so many ways. I mean, it was just crazy. And some of these dating sites are just for hookups. You're not going to base the relationship off of that. And then these young girls and everything, they end up with 4 or 5 kids. And these men are not giving them support or anything. They're struggling. I mean, kids are a blessing, but if you can't support them or anything, I mean, shoot, you have 4 or 5 kids, you have no one to watch them. You have to put them in daycare, you know. In some daycares, it's like $100 a pop per kid, you know. Libra, when you're in a relationship and everything else, it's the way you think, it's your mindset, your thought process. That's why some of you Libras don't function in relationships. That's why you don't have one. Because the way you think, the way you do things, you need to find someone that is like-minded or understands where you're coming from. You got a lot of love and compassion to give in everything, in relationships, in friendships, in coworkers, things like that. But some of these people don't show it back. But like I said, make your boundaries, say your truths, you know. And the thing is that some of you Libras are very, very insecure. Very insecure. And that's why relationships don't work. Some of them for you. Libras are they're very conservative. They're very business oriented sometimes. They're an air sign. They're very Little things trigger them. Like I said, with all the signs and everything, if there's no trust, there's no relationship. Now, Scorpio, choice. You, Scorpios, you have choices to make. Dealing with relationships, dealing with your own relationship. You know, you have choices. You have changes to make a relationship well rounded. Because the thing is that when you build a relationship, when you achieve a relationship and everything, the thing is, some of you Scorpios have been in relationships for a long time. You need to work together, not against each other. You need to talk about it. You need to express how you feel. Some of you Scorpios are going to have new beginnings in relationships, in family relationships, and everything else. You're going to have new beginnings. Dealing with love, it doesn't, like I said at the beginning, dealing with love doesn't mean a love relationship. It could mean love of your family, love of your coworkers, friendships, purity, being honest with each other, innocence, focusing on things that are, you know, focusing on things of innocence, memories, memories of family, memories of relationships, what you've done together, building. Some of yous are going through memories of family while you're packing to have that new beginning. Celebration. There's going to be a major celebration dealing with relationships. Some of you Scorpios are putting it up to a higher level of love, understanding, things like that. A higher level, you're building, you're structuring. Sagittarius, you've got abundance. You can have abundance in love in a relationship, but try not to control everything. But also dealing with abundance, someone is staying with you, Sagittarius, because the love of the money you have. Got two cards here. Some of yous are not getting the appreciation or the gratitude that you need in a relationship. Some of yous want to balance everything out, but you need to open up the lines of communication. Some of yous are wakening up to the truth, dealing with your relationship. Your partner or you yourself don't want to see it anymore, don't want to talk about it anymore, and don't want to hear it. So if you tried all the communication, and what I mean by communication is not yelling, okay? You need to communicate. You don't communicate, you don't have a relationship. Capricorn, you need to learn to trust again, dealing with friendships, relationships, and also to dealing with job, relationships, things like that. You need to learn to trust, especially in love relationships. Kindred spirits, dealing with friendships, dealing with friendships. Some of yous are, having disagreement with friends. Some of yous are coming to a point in your life that you need to separate from your friends. So Capricorn, sometimes it's time to cut the cords, dealing with friendship. But with relationships, some of you are going to have uh, really strong sexual unions, but it's not going to be based on a true relationship, which these sexual unions end up um, melting away and things like that. You can't base a relationship on sexual union. You have power here, taking your power back and everything else, taking your power back and things like that, achieving in different things, growing in different things. So taking your power back, dealing with the relationship is really, really positive. But if you're not taking your power back, they can manipulate you. And this goes for male and female. So don't say that I'm hovering on one uh sex. You got truth here. If your partner is lying to you, Capricorn, and everything else, then you'll know. Okay? You will know. Now, Aquarius, dealing with reflection of past relationships. Some of yous, Aquariuses, are going in the past, reflecting on the good relationships and the negative relationships. That's the past. Stop reflecting. It's time to move on and go into the future. You need to bring more harmony in your life. You need to heal yourself and deal with your demons before you get into another relationship, Aquarius. Because the thing is that you need to look at yourself. You don't even love yourself. You need to focus on how to improve yourself, because your way of thinking, your mindset is not going to get you anywhere. Some people say, well, I have a great job, I have a great thing. Then why are you still unhappy? Okay? Looking at the beauty of things. There's a lot of people that care for you and everything else. And this could be love also. Care for you, but you don't appreciate it. You think you deserve it. And then when people confront you and everything else, well, I don't want your help anymore. I don't want nothing. That is your attitude. There's no appreciation whatsoever. I grabbed 2 cards. Time for change. It's time to change the way you treat people. But most of all, you don't like to listen to anybody else. So communication is always one-sided with you. So how are you supposed to have a relationship if communication is all one-sided? Pisces, the way you look at things, dealing with your relationship. You probably came from a relationship that was abused and everything, and this person is nice to you, taking care of you, and everything else, and it's like he loves you 100%, or she loves you 100%, but you're just, you're not showing that emotion and everything else. So that good person that came into your life that God sent is going to walk away. So Pisces, I know you're a very emotional sign and everything, but the way you're looking at things and stuff is not going to help you. All right. Your relationships with family, loved ones, of course, um, partners, co-workers can be very magical. But some of yous Pisces don't like to open up, or they don't like the certain way you act. But sometimes you need to just talk about it and say, the reason I act this way is because what I went through. And look, we're talking about love, relationships, things like that, different love relationships. Some of you Pisces are going to get into new relationships that will be very positive for you, which will lead to marriage or engagement. Most of all, have patience. Because some of you Pisces want to get married. Some of you Pisces want to grow in your relationships and everything else. They want to achieve, they want to focus on different things. Okay? If you ever want a reading, and you can call, you text me and say, hey Cynthia, I just want a reading dealing with my relationship. That can happen. Or finances, career, anything. Or you can do a general reading and it sets up for everything little by little. It could be 30 minutes for $30. It could be for an hour for $60. Okay? I even do email readings for $60. The thing is that it's up to you what you want. Specify. Email readings are good because you can go back and look and say, wow, she said this came out, and this and this and that. So the thing is that you can realize different things. All right. So let me just shuffle these cards and give you one more card for all, one more card uh, that completes all the signs, what the spirits have for you all, and what's that? What's the word from God? You know, dealing with these cards. So it's gonna come through that. Spirits, tell me what God's message is. Spirits, tell me what the angels are saying. This one fell out, and it's about dreams. Okay, it's about dreams. God is saying, follow your dreams. Follow in what you need to correct or heal or move forward. Dealing with love. If you don't love yourself, then you can't love anybody else. Okay? If you, and this can deal with family, you can say you love your kids, but if you can't love yourself, what do you know about love? Yeah, you know about protecting them and feeding them and taking care of them. Yeah, but deep inside, how much love do you have for your kids if you can't love yourself? Like I said before, we can, if you don't go the distance for your children, if you don't go the distance for your partner or your family, like your mom or your dad, and everything, if you don't show no respect, it's like the story I told you yesterday. You know, a child goes into court and he's a teenager, and his mother's there, the one that bore him, his father's there, and other family members are there. And they turn around, go into court, and the judge asks, who wants him? And then they turn around and say nobody does. But these are people that had kids before, that has kids now. And this young man is never going to know his other siblings or anything because he's being rejected by his mother and he's being rejected by his father and the father's family. So the thing is that it's all about how you treat somebody. If you reject that person and everything, if you reject them, human beings are not a piece, a trash that you can throw away. Just like animals. I see a lot of people throw away animals. They get a bunny rabbit for Easter and they throw the bunny rabbit away. Or they get a dog for Christmas. It's not a toy. You have it as long as they live and everything else. That's why when I was moving, I was determined to find something that will take my animals, except for the 4 extra cats. And hopefully I have a home for them. Or I could just keep it in the family and go feed them and everything else. The thing is, they're outside cats. They're outside cats, and they're cats that, eat on the porch with their bowl and their water. They're good cats, and then they climb up this little thing, and that's how I had it set up. The thing is that we need to help and teach each other to work together and not against each other. And that's dealing with relationships also. All right. Now, you all have a blessed day. I know I took long. You all have a blessed day. You all take care of yourself and think about it. Where is your relationship now? All right. Love you all. Be blessed.